Today, I'd like to talk to you about the mind, body, and spirit diagrams. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hello. Today I'd like to introduce the mind, body, and spirit diagrams. Let's go over some basic definitions. What I have open is called the Infinite Pool of Experience and Awareness, and it's an anthology including all my work. The second book in it is called the Liquid Light State Universe. So here we have the Liquid Light State Universe, and in it we introduce the mind, body, and spirit diagrams. Mind. Mind would be the field of consciousness. It is your thoughts and those that affect you, both consciously and subconsciously. Body would be anything in your physical reality. This would be from your personal body to the trees on the other side of the planet. Anything physical is considered part of your body. Spirit would be your overall vibrational state. This can be against or in harmony with the naturally occurring universe. All three, mind, body, and spirit, may be controlled by the individual. You can take postures in body, you can take postures in mind, and you can take postures in spirit. You can develop and strengthen each one independently, although it is important that they rise together. Knowing that our 4D experience is being manifested from the fifth dimension, it's important to understand that all bodies have a golden spot. It's their natural node of creation within the universe. It might be hard to see at first, but every node of manifestation is controlled by the experiences of a lower density. For example, the sun is conscious and aware, and it creates the habitats for our planets. The planets are conscious and aware, and they create the habitats for the beings that inhabit them. We are conscious and aware, and we create the habitats for smaller vibrations. So you could say that your overall node of creation comes from the overlapping of all the energies that exist within reality. Here you can see the orbits that exist within time. Consider the golden spot in the center of all time and all moments. Then you could consider one of the smaller spirals to be like our sun. A smaller spiral within that could be a planet. And so you see that our planet without mind would be like a smooth pond. Consider the universe with no mind. It is a perfect smooth pond of water. Then a thought arises, as if someone were to have tossed a stone. The ripples emulate outwards, causing distortions in the surface of the pond. Then another thought, another stone. The pond becomes filled with rings of waves, all heading towards each other. Then they overlap. Nodes are created. Each additional stone that gets tossed in creates more rings and more nodes. As the stones change shape, so do the nodes. Eventually, the stones stop being tossed, the pond becomes still, and again returns to its natural state. The same is true for the liquid light state universe. All subconscious and conscious thoughts are in constant vibration emulating out from your electromagnetic center. The wants, don't wants, assumptions, and expectations you hold true in your gut become the vibrational output you are sending into this pond. They are the shape of the stone you are tossing into the pond. All these internally and externally flowing ripples create a distortion within you and your manifestation, which translates into a pacing of your mind, body, or spirit. They can create a partially manifested body. Now here comes an outside thought. It could be anything from your friend suggesting a different color paint for a home project to the media telling you what you think you should be spending your money on. What does this outside incoming electromagnetic consciousness wave do to our mind? Well, it occupies it, it harmonizes with it, it influences the sitting state by overlapping with the existing. It has influence and creates change. These changes create a shift first in mind. It has become your thought. This translates into a shifted body, which in turn demands a shifted spirit, while your new body harmonizes with the already existing light state of the universe. Shifted bodies. This graph is a simple representation of how the outside thought has created shifts in body and in spirit. It creates a shift in spirit because the new thought harmonizes with your existing electromagnetic field. Therefore, in order to harmonize with the universe, the body must move, or it undergoes stress and strain. In engineering terms, stress is the amount of force being applied, and strain is the amount of deformation. When your body is fixed in with the universe and the mind and spirit harmonize with external factors, it creates a potential energy where you currently exist and to where you are harmonizing to. A new node of manifestation. The figure above is a simple visual demonstration of your physical essence existing off-center from its golden spot. The shifted body represents the change in location. The outside thought would be the change in mind. The shifted spirit represents the change in vibrational light state harmony. The stress would be that driving force. The strain would be the distortions or microscopic changes to the solid structure as a whole. Strain would be the malformity or fuzziness created to not existing in your golden spot. The total change would be the new location, which is the combination of mind, body, and spirit. It is a new node of manifestation based off the pebble that has been tossed into the pond. It is a temporary and distorted existence. The path to and from the golden spot. On the journey back to zero, or your golden spot, you will notice that you may pace, or rather spiral inward about the major shifted axis. This pacing inward will typically pass the 0 point, then accelerate back towards it again. Mapping the trajectory resembles orbital motion, or rather a spiral represented by the Fibonacci sequence. To quickly relate that spiraling trajectory to energy, you could say that your driving force for motion, or oneness, would be directly related to the difference of your current part of the spiral relative to the center. Let's call this manifestation potential, or gravity of all three: mind, body, and spirit. It is as if all creation strive for that divine ratio, and we too experience it in mind, body, and spirit when moving away and towards our golden spot. When moving toward the golden spot, the energy drive becomes minute. When moving away is when you have the ability to create great energies. However, they are not sustainable. How does the pacing about our golden spot affect our conscious experience? There is an intelligence in stillness. Rather, stillness promotes intelligence. As above is as below, and as our experience of the expanding universe drifts inwards towards center, we see that we gain higher harmonics of consciousness. You could say the human base wave is the delta wave at 1 Hertz. From there, we have gained denser and denser experiences. Our most heightened state is currently the fast gamma wave, which is at 80 Hertz. The next wave coming into human experience will be what we have named the Omega, or Aliverse. It would be associated with brain harmony of approximately 160 Hertz. In general, as experiences drift towards center, they gain higher harmonics of consciousness. Quantum experiences. From a time atom, we see there's a layering of conscious types that exists within our 5D multiverse. Each layer of reality is associated with a specific conscious harmonic. The initial size of the conscious type depends directly on the flows of space that created. From there, it drifts inwards or potentially outwards, gaining more perceivable information. Consciousness forms in black holes, and so from our perspective, you could say that every atom or every particle is essentially conscious. The evolution of the conscious type is directly related to the rate or quality of flow for the fluid. For example, if the flow is very turbulent, then it is unlikely to drift inward. Atoms within the flow would be colliding. This does not allow for smooth transitions or long-lasting laminar flows. It would consist of short experiences that do not make it to the final destination. On the other hand, with laminar flows, consciousness can evolve rather quickly. Time atom shows that there exist time dilations between densities of experience. So how could this relate to UAP? From the different orbits that exist within time, we see that the outer realms of experience need to harmonize before the inner realms can even exist. That being said, a lower verse of some sort must have harmonized before our universe came into existence. What we notice is that as our energy drifts inwards, it creates the habitats for the denser harmonics of experience. So does that mean we're the habitats for the denser realms of experience? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.